Welcome back. The state is working to find ways to help schools during the spread of COVID-19.
We're going to go back out to ABC 17's Sydney Olson. And Sydney, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education could forgive low attendance rates in mid-Missouri schools.
I spoke with Representative Kip Kendrick, who has been speaking with the department. He says DESE is working to find ways to avoid penalizing schools during this complex issue.
You know, the state is definitely going to work with school districts around the state during this trying time.
Schools around the country have closed their doors in an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19. K-12 schools in mid-Missouri have not done this yet, but are looking at alternative methods like having classes online. The Department of Elementary and Secondary Education currently has a contract with a vendor schools can use for virtual learning.
Many of the school districts around the state will have the ability to move to an online portal. But obviously all of them won't, and so the department is going to work with school districts on trying to identify what potential alternative methods could be.
The state is also preparing for the possibility of attendance dropping in schools. We checked, and so far attendance rates in Columbia Public Schools, Fulton Public Schools, and Mexico Public Schools are around average for this time of year.
You know, even if school attendance goes down while school is still in session, the state's going to work with the schools to make sure that payments continue, that they aren't necessarily held accountable for more absentee rates.
Testing could also be impacted. Schools currently have through May 22nd to complete state-required testing, but Kendrick says that date could be moved back. Kendrick says now it is the state and federal government's responsibility to work to be better prepared for similar situations in the future.
Once we get through this, and we will get through this, once we get through this and normalcy is returned, we will have to do a deep dive into how do we improve upon our response in the future.
And DESE has also taken steps to try to allow schools to feed students on free and reduced price lunch, either at school or alternate locations. Deb, Lucas.